Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning, and I'm the master taster of Whisky.com. Today I present the Port Charlotte Scottish Barley, 50% ABV, and the bottle appeared on the market in 2014. In the spring of 2014, and it belongs to the first bottles released by the new proprietor of Bruichladdich, the distillery behind the Port Charlotte brand. And the new proprietors are Rémy Cointreau. Port Charlotte was a distillery 5 to 10 miles southwest of the Bruichladdich distillery on the Isle of Islay. And this Port Charlotte distillery worked until 1929. And then they ceased operation. The buildings were reused and torn down for other purposes. There's a last building left and a few warehouses which are still on the hill above the town or the village where whiskey is still maturing, not from Port Charlotte, but I think from Bruichladdich. Bruichladdich divides its whiskies into the non-peated Bruichladdich, even when there were a few slightly peated Bruichladdich on the market also. The peated or heavily peated Port Charlotte and the extremely peated Octomore, we have tasted lately the 06.1 with an extraordinary ppm level of 167 phenols in the barley. Incredible. It was a torture to taste that whiskey. So this one has less. It has only 40 ppm. And I tasted in the past a Port Charlotte, the Peat Project it was called, and the heavily peated 10 years old, which was fantastic and matured part of it was matured in cherry casks. And the Peat Project was quite young. There had been several Port Charlotte on the market also the last 10 or 5 years. They were called PC5, I think was the first PC for Port Charlotte, PC5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10 was the last one, and they were bottled in cask strength, and they are collector's items. If you have this row complete, you have a wealth at home. This one has, as I said, only 50% ABV. Yeah, and we're going to have a look at the tube. And here they say, peated to 40 ppm and bottled using Islay spring water from the Octomore field of farmer James Brown. So not even the barley is Scottish barley, and there is also local barley, as I tasted the Bruichladdich local barley 2007, where they said on this field from farmer XY, here the water was drawn from the field of farmer James Brown. James Brown. The heavily peated Port Charlotte spirit was some of the first to run after we had resurrected this wonderful Victorian distillery. They reopened it in 2000, in December 2000. The first spirit ran again in the stills, and the first full year of production was 2001. While our core Bruichladdich spirit is elegant, complex and unpeated, a persistent thought intrigued us. What would happen if we used our tall, long-necked Victorian stills to produce a heavily peated spirit? The floral elegance of Bruichladdich and heavy peat. Could it work? You will judge the results of this fascinating and ongoing mission for yourselves, the Port Charlotte Peat Project. Non-chill filtered, coloring free. So this is an ongoing project, and the Peat Project was quite young and intense, and the heavily peated 10-year-old Port Charlotte was well done, together with a patch of sherry casks. Wonderful dram, and how this one will perform, we'll see just in a few seconds. Very strong peat, a smoky nose, and some whiskies have this medicinal, phenolic, sticky smoke, and others have a cold bonfire smoke, and this one lies in between. There's not too phenolic, not too stinky. That's no bad word. It's qualifying the whiskey for more. And it's in between. Part of it is this phenolic taste, nose, and the other is this cold bonfire. In the back there's some eucalyptus and a little anise seed, cold in your nose. Perhaps it's the 50% ABV bringing this to your mind. But this elegant fruity nose of Bruichladdich, I'm not able to find it. The smoke is covering everything. In the back there's a little bit of vanilla, which says, well, there are first fill casks also in this mixture. And it's uncolored, quite dark, so it should be older than 5 or 6 or 7 years. I'm missing the typical sherry fruits, so there will be no sherry cask in it. The smoke is covering really everything. So sip. %50 is quite a lot. It's strong on your tongue. A lot of juiciness appearing on your tongue, becoming a lot sweeter. But there is a youngness in it. Perhaps it's a little bit of dryness, or it's this metallic note of youngness. I don't know. So it's a lot better than the peat project, the original peat project, but it's not so fascinating as the heavily peated 10 years old has been. The aftertaste is long, warming. There's appearing a little bit of oak. Yeah, a little bit of oak. But the smoke is everywhere. Typically, the smoke goes away after 1-2 minutes of nosing. But in this case, the smoke stays. So if you like intense smoke, starting from hospital phenolic disinfection up to cold bonfire, then this is your whiskey. If you like to have more of fruitiness, of sherry, of oak, of finishing, no, this is not yours. Coming a bit lighter, a little bit of fruit. I can't say which fruit. It's mixed with a peat. Yeah. Look out on the market, 2014. There should be bottles available close to worldwide. And I'm sure there's more to come. They distilled a lot of heavily peated spirit at the distilleries of raw whiskey, which is in the moment maturing. And there's this Octomore every year, and this Port Charlotte appearing here every year also. Thank you for watching Whisky.com. There's more to come, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up.